Well, folks, sometimes build things, sometimes tear stuff down. This greenhouse been here for 10 years. It's got some problems, so we're going to tear it completely down. I got my wrecking crew here. Little Ella, baby Owen, he's ready. That's old baby bear Owen. He's ready to go. He's always ready to tear something up. So we're going to tear down this greenhouse, reshape it and rebuild it because we don't need it this big no more. We're not doing farmers market. We're going to cut it down to about half. It has some problems. The wood's getting rotten. Come along with us. In fact, I wish you were here to give us a helping hand. Well, as we told you, we're going to make a brand new greenhouse. So we have to tear this one down. It's 24 by 24 with a gable roof. We thought it would work out better than what it did, but it didn't work out that well. It worked good enough to get us by, but we had a gable roof. We had corrugated plastic on top with a little bitty cover on the bottom supposed to keep the wind and everything out of it, which didn't work. We put a plastic in the ceiling and it filled up with sand because of that little plastic covering didn't keep the sand and wind out. And we had a big overhang, which is not good in a greenhouse. So we did a lot of things different. Another thing, every one of these posts on this old greenhouse were rotten off at the ground. Not one post was still together. It was gone. It was rotten. The only thing was holding it together how it was fastened back of our house. As you can see, my son-in-law Adam's up on the roof, getting ready to start deconstruction. And another problem we had with this is that plastic corrugated roof is so thin. And as you can see, there's a smokestack in this picture. Well, some of the embers would come out and burn holes in our roof. And that caused nothing but problems. So the next greenhouse will show you how we corrected that. Now, my other son-in-law, his name's Adam too. We want to thank him from the bottom of our heart. He gave up several weekends to help us on this, but he just soon not be in the video, but that don't mean he's just as important as anybody else, because without him, we could have never done all this. And when I get Adam Inc. together, they can do a lot of work in one day, and they sure did. So I just want to personally thank both of them for all they've done and the hard work. And some days they was working, I was up in the 90s. It was terrible out there, but they worked all day long. They never missed a lick. They stayed with it. So I just want to thank them from the bottom of my heart for all they've done. As you can see, there's a lot of junk out there underneath there, hundreds and hundreds of pots, because that's the kind of pots we needed when we was in farmers market, but we don't need that no more. So we got Owen and Ella, they're underneath there. Owen, you got to watch him and Ella. They'll be wanting to save half the stuff they throwed out. They got down in the woods, they got what they call their Indian playhouse. They got tents, old coffee pots, you name it, they got it. And I'm sure a lot of this debris will end up down there in their Indian playhouse. So I can see how that's going to turn out. You can't even get rid of garbage. If they see something that they want, boy, they raise heck about it getting thrown away. So they got quite a collection down there. If it was antique, they'd be millionaires. But it's just junk. But they love it. They play with it. And I say, God bless them. Let them have fun. Well, as you can see, they got the old man on the light work. I was going to go up on that roof, and they said, no, you ain't going up there. If you fall off there, you'll bust like a ripe watermelon. So they're going to keep me on the ground. Let her turn it loose. As you can see, I'm struggling with this piece of 4x8 plastic. It's giving me grief. But my son-in-law come in, he rescued me, and we took that out. But we wanted to keep all that because all that was still good. So we was going to put that back on the sides, but we was going to put brand new stuff on the roof. We're going to save all this plastic. We're stacking it up nice. And all the 2x4s, when they put on our new building, will match these same screw holes. So we won't have no extra holes in our plastic. My little buddy, Ella, who I call Baby Boo. So I got Little Buddy and I got Baby Boo. And then I got Bad Boo. She's the youngest one. But they're sitting down taking a break because when they were in that greenhouse with that plastic on, it was 100 degrees, over 100 degrees in there. It was hot. So they had to come out, cool down, take a little break. And as you could see, the dogs headed for the shade too. So wherever them two kids go, the dogs go. So all you got to do is find the dogs, you find the kids. It's very cluttered in there. And these kids had so much fun in there. That's one reason why we didn't get rid of a lot of stuff. And if you see them two bunks, this was three years ago, probably. Owner's probably 3. And they wanted me, said, Poopa, can you make us bridges so we can go from one bunk to the other bunk? And then they wanted to go up on the where you plant all them benches. So they wanted walkways. So I built them a little walkway. Well, my little buddy, first thing he did was fall off of it and get hurt. So then they said, Poopa, we need handrails. So then I had to put them up a handrail so they could hold on as they crossed it. But they had $1 million worth of fun. And he's also got one of them little cranes, dirt movers. You sit on a seat, he'll dig a hole 2 feet deep with that thing. And then Ella will fill it up, and then he'll dig it back out. And they just have a lot of fun in there all winter. So I'm going to leave a big area in the middle so they can play out there. It's a good place. They get sun in the winter, but it's warm, it's heated, and they just make a lot of things, projects. They work on, things that kids do, and they really enjoy it. So I want that to continue. That's why we wanted we got all sand, so we left the sand floor in there. Another thing good about sand or dirt, you don't have standing water. And you don't have to sweep the floor. If you had all concrete and you spill dirt, you're going to have to sweep it up, clean it up. This way, you don't know what's even on the ground. But the kids love to dig in it and play in it. And they have so much fun in it that we're leaving it just like it is. Now, here's a good picture of what all that lumber did. We never used treated lumber for rafters or 2x4 stringers, but that was a bad mistake. I should have done all them in oil and diesel because the humidity in there will rot them out, and you can see what they look like. 10 years, they're junk. There's 2x4s rotting plumbing too. Yet they never was in the rain. It's just all the moisture on the inside, the heat and the moisture. It'll destroy lumber. As you can see, Adam's taken down 1x4s that held up this plastic on the inside. Well, that was okay when it was new, but it got to hurting us as it faded because you had the roof was plastic, and then you got another layer of plastic, and then we stripped it out and put another layer of plastic below that for the heat. It was losing too much heat. And that's, as you can see, all the sand that blowed up in that plastic got behind that little cover for that wavy roofing, that corrugated roofing, and it filled it all up, plastic up there with sand, and I was punching holes in it because rain was blowing up in it. So it was a mess. So we're not having none of that this time. See Adams up there He's taking all these trusses down, and it's like 94 degrees out. It's so hot, you can't hardly breathe. The humidity's as high as the temperature. And these boys, him and my other son-in-law, they never stop. They never rested. Take a drink and keep right on working. So they really worked hard on this. They really deserve applause of what they done. As you can see, he just leaned the post over. It's not connected anymore. You got 3 foot underground and you got the rest above ground, and there is not one piece of decent wood holding these posts together. When he took the corner loose, the whole wall fell down. Every post in that wall was not even connected to the ground. It was all rotted off. It just fell over. And now we're laying out our frame for our new greenhouse, and I'm digging a post hole. I got to dig a little deeper. I need it because we got to get the rotten posts out. The rest of them are 8 foot on center, but since we're nailing it to 12, we're going to 6 foot. But the first post against the building, we have to dig that out because that's where we start. So on each end of the building, the posts against the building have to be dug out. The other ones don't because they're rotted off below ground. You'll never know they were there. So that's what we're doing at this point in time. We was 24 by 24, our greenhouse, but now we're going down to 12 wide, 24 long. So it's going to work a lot better for us now. We don't need all that space. Be way easier to heat. And as you can see, Adam's pulling that post out of the ground so we can eradicate that so we can put in a new post. Folks, I just want to tell you how these guys worked on this. They tore it down in 2 days. In 3 days, put it all back up. Plus, they had to fix all that siding and make it fit this roof. So these boys were jumping high and bending double to get all this done in a total of 5 days. That was amazing to me. Adam's putting on the 2x4, stripping it out. We did it 2 foot on center, and that'll work good with our other holes of the plastic he tore out. And as he's working there, my other son-in-law, he's putting on boards, he's sawing lengths, and he's doing other work that needs to be done. So they're both doing their own thing, getting their job done, and it's amazing how much they did the first day. You can see in this picture, the old flashing was like in a gable, which was a big V. They had to change all that, and they went back and put new flashing with a new roof, and then they re-sided over the old flashing and old steel that was on the house. We used a different color because that's what we had, but we felt like it's in the back, it doesn't really matter, so we just went ahead and used it because it didn't cost nothing. We already had other sheds with that kind of material on it, so we just thought we'd go ahead and just use our scraps. It's still fixed right, it's fixed good, and that's the main thing I wanted. Brand new 4x8 sheeting of plastic on the roof, and they got a little plastic track you can put that in, and that's what we used on the roof. They didn't have enough at the time for all of our sides, so we just siliconed them. We got really good caulking, higher quality caulking, and we used that on the sides. But on the roof, it's all stripped out with them little strips where your plastic slides inside of this trim. As you can see on top of this roof, we come out 5 foot with steel. We felt like that's not going to hurt our sunlight enough because On the south side, we got plenty of room for all of our plants, and that's all plastic. We come out 5 foot because that will eliminate any burn holes coming out of the chimney. So that was a problem. And it's always like 3 feet out, 2 feet out. It never went beyond like 3 feet. So we went out 5 feet to be safe. Another problem we had was with the snow sliding on that plastic. And even though we put up the little snow guards that hold the snow, well, when it freeze and thaw, ice chunks would slip by and they'd knock holes in our plastic. So that was another problem. So now we don't have to worry about it. It'll hit the tin and we're good to go. We're just putting our old plastic back on. The window, you'll see the one vent hole. And another thing, it's connected to the shop. So we have a screen door on it. So you get plenty of air in there that kind of way. It ain't like it's all out by itself. We got to have automatic fans blowing. It gets plenty of airflow. But I want to emphasize, anybody that's building a greenhouse, whatever you do, mix up oil and diesel and treat every board, every post, every bit of lumber you put in there, because even in 4x4 treated posts in 10 years are junk, rotted off. But if you treat them with diesel fuel mixed in, I'd say 1 quart of diesel for every gallon of oil, and spray it on, brush it on, however you can get it on. And if you let that dry a couple of days, it all sucks in. But now you got oil, and it'll repel water. It repels rot. And it'll be, I know a man that put posts, he's a farmer. He put posts in the ground. They were old locust posts, and he soaked them in motor oil. In World War II, he said he soaked them for several weeks, and they're still in the ground today holding up fence. Now think about that. In the 1940s, they're still good posts today. That's amazing to me. That's why I said every board that went on this new greenhouse is painted in oil and diesel. And I can tell you for a fact, all this wood preserver, I won't name brands, but I made birdhouses I made a cross on the bottom, a stand to hold it. And I used all different kinds of that wood preserver, commercial wood preserver that you buy. And it wasn't over a year and a half to 2 years. Them 2x4s that sat on the ground was rotted and gone. Every birdhouse I bought that I give to people for gifts, that I work hard to make, were junk within 2 years. So from now on, I'm treating all of them with diesel and oil. You look around, we got our brand new greenhouse up. We put some shelvings in here, but I'm gonna make some wooden ones that goes all the way across the south side. So we don't need near as much room as we did before because we're not in the farmer's market. So this would be plenty big to bring all the ladies' plants in that they love so much. You don't want frost to kill them. I just got to water them all winter so we can set them out next summer, and we'll recycle them again next winter. So I want to thank you. We appreciate so much of all your comments and your goodwill towards all of us, and all your blessings of God you pour upon us. We appreciate that with all of our heart. So we thank you very much, and may God bless each and every one of you just as much as He's blessed us. Thank you very much. Okay, this part of the video is for standing horse. You said that you'd be surprised if we didn't have an avocado. Well, you're looking at an avocado. Only thing is, we didn't have another one, so you can never have avocado with it. My wife loves this avocado tree, and I have to say it's pretty much worthless, but you can't say we don't have an avocado tree. The only thing we don't have so far I know of is a palm tree. But if she watches this video, it might give her ideas. I might have a palm tree growing out there next year. Hope not. Standing horse, keep the faith, stand strong. We'll come through this together.